I'm back. I decided to come back after the sun went down. I thank God for the going down of the sun. Whew. We had a pretty rough life, but it wasn't rough. I was just being made because if you soft and just take everything somebody come at you, but you got to know how to take it. You got to take it in love, not anger. Anger is a sin. I just want to thank him for how he give me a mind to go about my daily work and chores each and every day. I try to love my neighbor, anyone that I come in contact with. I try to be respectable because I want to be respected. We planted a garden every year. We never went without food or shelter. That's a blessing within itself. When I was a teenager, I jumped out the frying pan into the fire, thinking that it was going to be green on the other side. I met my children's father. He was going through some things in his life, which I could have went home because he got put out of his mother's house. I stayed in empty apartments with him because I didn't want to leave him in the state that he was in at that time. I didn't have any kids then. I should have went home. I shouldn't. I love my kids. I'm glad I have my kids. Um, we decided that we was gonna save our money and get a house. We saved the money. I saved my half. He saved his half. When it got time to move, he said he needed a break. Okay, get your break. And we've been breaking ever since. Because I could have left him in the state that he was in, but I didn't. My heart wouldn't let me. He's still living as this day. He's not in the same house. He lost it and got another one. But I thank God that he didn't give me a mind to try to get him back or, no, some things you have to leave alone. Everybody that come across your path don't belong in your life. Stop inviting people in your life that don't belong there. This video is to help somebody to get to where I am as of this day. I am 66 years old, and I thank him for every year that he gave me. If you're in a relationship and you're not being loved, then you're in the wrong relationship. When you love God first and then yourself, he'll send you somebody. I'm still waiting. I'm not going to give up because I know he know what I need. Even if I don't get in a relationship, long as I got King Jesus, I'm going to be all right. But I do want a relationship. I try to give my children advice. I know they grown. Just because you grown, that don't mean you can't grow. Stop giving into these relationships that you know ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to get in a place where I can share the rest of my life with a companion that loves me as much as I love him. I don't want it to be cheating or fighting or cussing. No. I'm at the age now I need to be pampered. I need you to rub my feet. I rub your feet. I need to just enjoy the rest of my life with a companionship. I love love. I love to be happy. I've been happy the 20 years I've been by myself, but you understand. So I'm gonna keep praying and keep moving. Those articles are gonna come your way, but you got to know how to move them and keep looking forward. One thing about me in a relationship, I don't believe in going back because sometime it may work, but not with me. Because when I'm in a relationship, I'm giving you my all in all. I'm not gonna cheat on you. You ain't got to worry about that. I am a one woman man. And when I find out that you're not who you claim to be, it's over. Ain't no second chance. When it comes to feelings, no second chance. You had your first chance. You should have did the right thing then. Moving on. My father had to change his name. He used his dead sister husband name for whatever reason. So my last name is not my last name because that wasn't his name. But that's the name that I go by. And we missed out on aunties, uncles, cousin. My mother was the only child. And we thought my daddy was the only child because we didn't know none of his people growing up. Nobody but him. But when he passed, his friend told my mother where he was from and his real name. At first, it hurted because we missed out. I missed out on an auntie, an uncle, cousins. My mama was the only child. She had an uncle and an auntie. On my daddy's side, it wasn't nobody. When he got sick, I helped my mother with him as much as I could because I was still working. I helped her with my uncle, and I also helped her with her mother. She stayed with me for a while until she started beating on me. And I didn't hit her back. I didn't curse at her. But I knew the situation that she was in. She had, her mind would go and calm. But I told my mama, my grandmama, she was a big woman. She was tall, not big, but she was tall. And when she hit me, I seen stars. And I told her, Grandmama, you can't be doing that. I said, I fed you. I gave you a big plate. If you wanted something else, the only thing you had to do was ask. And I fix her a plate, put it on the table, wham. I said, Lord, you got to help me. So I talked to my mama. My mama had put in a nursing home because she had my daddy there. That's why she was staying with me. But I didn't want her to hurt me. And I knew I wasn't going to hurt her because that was my grandmama. Sometimes I would try to read the Bible to her and stuff. And she would agree on everything we don't read. And then somehow or another, the devil will come in and, wow. I call my mother and tell her, you got to kind of help me with her because she's abusing me. And I already been abused coming up in my life, and I didn't want that in my life no more. My daddy never whooped me because I didn't do nothing to get a whooping until I got older, when I wanted to go and he didn't want me to go. And couldn't even go get my diploma for graduation. They had to mail it. And this friend of mine used to walk me home every day. And when he'd get to the corner of my house, he would cross the street because my dad would be right there on the porch waiting. But I understand it more now, since I'm an adult, that he meant well toward us. He was trying to prevent us from being a part of the evil world. But everything he taught me, I remember. He would say, only thing these boys want is what they can get. Once they get that, they gone. Get your education. That's what he would say. Go to school. Do for yourself. Don't depend on nobody. When I got out of school, I went to nursing school on Nelson Street. And they closed it down before we could graduate. They didn't give us credit or nothing for that course. But it was okay because I still survived. I survived for my children. I am real proud of my son. I'm proud of my daughters too, but their life could be better if they was to listen. If they was to accept the Creator in their lives. They was brought up in the church from small kids. We went to church 7 days a week, 2 and 3 times a day. I know a lot of people say, whoa, that's too much. Oh no, you cannot never get enough of learning. That's the key to living today and being a part of society, is knowing who he is. Because we're going to cross those roads that's going to be mighty rough. And you're going to have to call on the name of Jesus. Learn him. Talk to him. Understand him. Only thing he wants us to do is to love one another with our pure heart. Do for one another. Help one another. It's really sad to where you have to go outside your family sometimes when you run across a rough part in your life. Everybody don't hit the rough part sometime or another if you ain't you real. It's either I don't have it, or if I had it, I would loan it to you. So I got to where I stopped asking my family for help. I just learned how to depend on the Creator more. Sometimes he'll let people turn you down because you should have went to him the first time. He knows what's best for us. I remember this lady I used to work for, I was her supervisor. She came over to the house one Friday. I cooked some fish. I said, God told me to tell you that defects coming to your house for your grandkids. I said, and God said, tell the truth. Don't take up for her because she's your daughter. The truth shall set you free. So it was about 3 or 4 months after that. She said, you know what you told me? I said, what? I said, what you talking about? She said, you know about defects coming to my house. She said they came. I said, but did you do what God said do? That's the main thing. It don't matter about they came. You knew they was coming because God is not a liar. But did you do what he told you to do when they come? She looked kind of sad. I said, well, that's between you and God. Don't hate the messenger. Listen to the message. I tell my kids all the time, I want my kids to be successful for as happiness. They are successful in jobs. I want them to be happy in life. I want them to have that man that love them and they love their husband. I want them to have husbands. A real man. My son, he's married. He has 3 kids by his wife.